Everybody needs good neighbors with a little understanding. You can find the perfect blend. Neighbors should be there for one another. That's when good neighbors become good friends.
You should have seen the look on Dad's face when the dentist has turned around and it's the guy with the dogs. I almost had to carry him into the chair. Well, you better lighten up, Mum, or else Richard will leave you home tonight.
I'm not going. I cancelled.
Mum, you can't let Danny win. Oh, the little ratbag. I'll talk to him.
No, you don't. He's upset enough.
Mum, you can't spend the rest of your life babysitting Danny.
I did it for you.
We're grown up now.
You have, but Danny hasn't. How about some lunch with me?
I've got to go over and see Daphne about something.
Are you still helping her to find a flat?
I'm thinking about sharing one with her. I don't know if I'm ready yet, though.
Oh, after living with Max, it must be really tempting.
Oh, it is. See you later, Mum.
You have grown up.
Ta-da!
Wow, they are nice.
Yeah, well, of course they are. Here, try this one. I told you, it looks terrific. Hey, you know, would you believe that dress is 3 years old?
Really? Where's the mirror?
In my room. Come in.
Oh, hello, Daphne. Oh, Joe, nice dress. Is it new?
It's one of Daphne's.
Oh, I wanted to talk to you about dresses. Now, I know you can't wear white, so I thought maybe a cream colour lace with shoes dyed to match and gloves the same colour.
Well, actually, I was thinking about a coffee-coloured dress with contrasting shoes, and I was going to forget about the gloves.
Oh, no, dear. Coffee? No, coffee will make your complexion look sallow. Oh, Daphne, even you wouldn't wear a neckline like that to a wedding, would you?
Eileen, how would you like to come into the kitchen with me and help me make a cup of tea?
Oh, yes, all right, dear.
I thought you said you weren't going to interfere, and that's exactly what you're doing.
Well, I was only trying to help.
Yeah, well, helping's one thing, taking over's another.
Yes, I suppose I do get a bit over-enthusiastic. Very well, you can wear what you like. I won't say another word on that subject. I'm going to make some tea now.
Joan, please don't pay any attention to Eileen. Her intentions are good.
Oh, look, she doesn't bother me. I think she's very sweet. If my own mother can't be here, then it's nice to have Des's mother take such an interest.
Oh.
Hello, Mrs. Clarke.
Oh, hello, Shane. How are you?
Hi, Shane.
I just thought I'd come see if you got a place yet, but you look very busy, so...
Oh, no, not really. These two will get on much better without me, so why don't you come with me and help me visit a few more estate agents?
Oh, good idea. Bye, Mrs. Clarke, Joan.
Bye.
Bye-bye, Shane.
No luck, eh?
How'd you guess? Oh, yuck, Shane, they're cold.
Well, what did you expect? It was at least 2 agents ago you asked me to buy them.
Yeah, well, that was while I was still optimistic. Decided to try the old movie trick.
What's that?
Find myself a Rolls Royce and throw myself under.
It's a bit drastic, isn't it?
Oh, no, I don't get hurt. The millionaire who owns the car whisks me off to his mansion forever and takes care of me.
I'm not sure I approve.
Of course, you could solve the whole problem.
Don't try and push me into a corner, Daphne.
You've decided not to move in with me, haven't you?
For the time being, yes. But I did consider it.
Oh, please don't try and explain. I really had no right to ask in the first place, did I?
Oh, of course you did.
I was only trying to save you from Max. I'll need to let people sort out their own relationships. I mean, I seem to interfere whether they like it or not. Eileen Clarke's more appreciated than I am.
You weren't hassling me, Daphne. I was glad you asked.
Yeah, well, sometimes I feel so alone, I don't wonder.
You've got lots of friends.
Oh, yeah, I know, and they're all great. There's always somebody closer to them than me.
Oh, come on. Look, you're just feeling a bit down.
I don't come first in anyone's life. There's always a husband or children or girlfriend or father who naturally are more important than I am. Well, I want to be that somebody.
Well, when you find that, you'll be fine.
I'll still be alone.
Ah.
I wish you would move in with me. I'd never stop laughing.
I wish I could. You're the nicest lady I've ever met. But I couldn't offer you a relationship that wasn't a total commitment.
You're not so bad yourself, you know. Come on, I'll race you to the swings.
Daphne's a lovely girl. But I don't understand that job of hers.
Well, it's not a job I could do. But I envy her in a way. No hang-ups. And she's always so cheerful and full of life.
Oh, she's bright enough. Joan, you will tell me if I get too pushy, won't you?
I don't think you're pushy at all. I'm pleased you care enough to take an interest in Des and me.
Really?
Of course. It's been so hard on my own with the twins, having to make decisions with no one to talk things over to.
Oh, don't I know it? After Desmond left home, I was so alone. I guess that was one of my problems. I tried to make myself indispensable so I wouldn't be alone again.
Well, that's all over for both of us, Eileen. I want you as part of the family. And I really do welcome your help and advice.
You know, Desmond is a very lucky young man. And I have a very lovely daughter-in-law. Finish your sandwich.
Hi, Dad. What are you doing?
Oh, I'm just seeing if any of these will be any use to Danny.
Why?
Oh, well, he mentioned the other day that he was thinking about studying architecture or engineering.
Are you kidding? He never said anything to me.
Yeah, well, you two aren't as close as you used to be, are you?
We don't see as much of each other. I'm pretty busy these days.
Oh, yes, the coffee shop.
I thought you'd be pleased, Dad. At least I'm showing some initiative.
Oh, well, as long as it doesn't interfere with your schoolwork.
Yeah, well, I've been meaning to talk to you about that.
Have you thought any more about my offer of work experience?
Yeah.
I've kept a vacancy for you.
No, Dad. I'm sorry, but I'm not interested. I've already done 4 years of high school, and there's no way I'm going to do 4 years of university. In fact, I've been meaning to talk to you about this whole thing.
All right, so what's wrong with the entire education system this time?
Well, I'm not going on to university, and there's not much point in me staying at school, is there?
Now, just a minute.
Look, Dad, I really like working at the coffee shop, and Wally, the guy who owns the place, reckons I'm really good with the staff and the customers. He'd give me a full-time job there tomorrow if I want.
And where is a dead-end job like waiting on tables going to get you?
There's no point in talking anymore, is there?
Look, I'm not going to push university, but I don't like the idea of you leaving school before you've finished your education.
I've had all the education I want, thanks.
It's a competitive world out there, Scott. You need every diploma and certificate you possibly can get your hands on. Have you read the papers lately? The teenage unemployment level is absolutely terrifying. And it's a proven fact that the longer you stay at school, the more likely you are to get a job.
Well, I'm not one of those. I've already got a job. Anyway, what about those guys who leave school at 13 and 15 and they're millionaires before they're 30?
And what about all those ones who are still on the dole at the age of 30?
Look, Dad, I really like catering. I know the coffee shop's just small time, but it doesn't have to end there. I can go into a better restaurant and learn as I went along. I could even do a tech course in catering and restaurant management when I had more experience. It's not the dead-end job you think it is.
Well, if you're not interested in the work experience, I'll offer it to Danny.
Danny's welcome to it. Now I better go, or else I'll lose the job I do want.
Are you expecting trouble, Danny?
Oh, no. I just thought you were somebody else, that's all.
Well, what have you been up to?
Nothing. I didn't stop Mum from going away. Mrs. Daniels always takes Mum's side.
Some of Paul's engineering books. I thought you might like to look through them.
Oh, great. Thanks, Mr. Robinson.
You were serious about what you said the other day about going to university.
Oh, for sure. Only, I don't know what to study. Well, I'm quite interested in building things, so I don't know, either architecture or engineering.
Well, you've got a couple of years to make up your mind.
Yeah, I want to be sure. I don't want to swap from one thing to another.
No, you don't. Listen, how about this for an idea? You've got work experience coming up, and again next year. Why don't you spend one with an engineer and one with an architect?
Great idea. Well, that way I can see both of them.
Yeah, right. And if you like, you can spend this year's one with my firm.
You mean that?
Yeah, of course I do. But I must be honest with you, I did offer it to Scott first.
Well, that's understandable, I suppose. You are his father, after all. Well, didn't he want to do it?
No. Scott and I seem to have totally different ideas about his future.
Hello, dear. Have a nice day.
The usual. No better, no worse. What have you been up to?
Oh, I've had a lovely afternoon getting to know Joan better. She's going to be a wonderful wife for you.
Well, that's one thing we agree on.
Yes, we've decided on her dress and on Daphne's. They're both going to look beautiful. It's a pity it can't be a traditional wedding, but it'll be nice just the same. By the way, where are you getting married? Well, Joan's divorced. The church won't like that.
Oh, it's okay, Mum. We're going to have a marriage celebrant.
A what?
A marriage celebrant.
Oh, but that's not like a proper wedding. That's almost like living in sin.
Oh, don't be so silly, Mum. It's perfectly legal. Anyway, we prefer this. It's more personal.
Yes. Yes, of course, whatever you say, dear. It's just that they always seem so gimmicky. You know, marrying people on surfboards and in balloons underwater. They don't seem to take it seriously.
No, well, I can assure you that Joan and I take it very seriously.
Yes, of course, dear. Well, where are you having the wedding?
At the Robinsons. Jim and Helen kindly offered their backyard.
Oh, what nice neighbours you have. But don't you think we should have it here? Well, I mean, my unit's too small and the Robinsons aren't even family.
Mum, it's all organised. Don't forget their son's getting married too.
Well, yes, that's another reason.
Oh, just leave it, Mum, will you? Joan and I are the ones who are getting married, and we are more than happy with the arrangement.
Yes, yes, of course, you're right. Well, as long as the celebrant wears a suit, I'm sure he'll look just like a minister.
She might look cute in a suit. Yeah, I'll tell her to wear one.
She? You're teasing me, Desmond.
No, Mum, we're getting married by a woman.
What if you ring that Morrison and tell him that you've changed your mind?
Too late. He's gone.
I'm sorry, Mum. I promise I'll never behave like that again.
I'll get some dinner.
Mr. Robinson and I had a great talk today.
That's good.
He really is a nice guy, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
I wish Dad was more like him. If Dad didn't yell so much, he'd probably have more friends.
When you grow older, Danny, you'll realize that your father isn't the only person who finds it difficult to express their feelings. You just don't ignore them because they don't meet up with your expectations.
Okay, Mum. I get the message. I'd still rather have Mr. Robinson for a father, though. Scott's a lucky dog. This is great, Mum.
Have you thought about asking Max to take you on for work experience?
I don't want to be a plumber.
It's a good trade for your father. There's no reason why you shouldn't be good at it, too. What?
Well, I'm going to work in Mr. Robinson's factory. I want to be an architect or an engineer.
Do you want to go to university?
If we can afford it.
I don't know.
Well, I could get a part-time job in Scott's coffee shop.
I'm sure that'll be all right. We'll have to talk to Max about it.
Could you talk to him tomorrow?
If I see him, we've got over 2 years. There's no hurry.
We'll probably have to start saving now.
Are you sure you won't think about going in with your father? It'll be a shame if nobody's carrying on the business.
Sorry, Mum, but I think I'll take up Mr. Robinson on his offer.
You're keen?
Oh, I want the place to look as good as possible for the wedding. Have you spoken to the marriage celebrant yet?
Oh, yeah, no probs there. In fact, I've got things so organised I feel like I've forgotten something.
Oh, well, there's still plenty of time in case you have. Listen, if you like, you could pop across later on and we can make up a checklist.
Oh, yeah, I might do that. Do you want anything from down the shops?
No, thanks, mate. Scott will be going now.
Okay, thanks.
See you, dude.
Buongiorno, Maria.
Ahoy.
Good morning, Maria.
Thank you for the help you're giving Danny, Jim. Thank you.
Oh, that's all right. It's a pleasure to help somebody who wants to do something worthwhile with their lives. Mind you, it did occur to me that perhaps I should have spoken to you and Max about it first.
Oh, it's Danny's choice. Well, I suppose I should be really grateful that he knows what to do with his future. Shane never had a say in his. Max always pushing for diving. Look where Dad's got him.
Well, he seems happy enough.
I suppose so. He was never keen about school. Well, I do wish one of them would be interested in plumbing. That would make Max really happy.
Yeah, and he wouldn't have to run the risk of female assistance.
He knows how good Terry is, but he still doesn't approve.
Well, he'll get used to it.
Hi, Mrs. Ramsay. I'm Dad's
Hi.
not on the phone.
Okay, see you later. Bye.
Bye, Jim.
You want to go down the shops, Danny?
Sure.
Have fun.
Bye.
Hi, Nanny. Hi, Spot.
Good work.
Oh, Maria, I can't run another step. Oh,
Listen, Shane told me you have a hard time finding somewhere to live.
oh, yeah, I didn't mean to dump it on Shane, but I did anyway.
Don't worry about it. Shane's got broad shoulders.
I know. Anyway, today's a new day. I'm going to start with a positive attitude. Get out the yellow pages and go through every single agent till I find something.
Good luck.
Thank you.
So what do you reckon about Paul getting married?
It's great. Get to have my own room at last. Means I can stay up and read as late as I want and make as much mess as I like.
Oh, come on, seriously. I mean, I wouldn't want to take on that much responsibility.
You should talk. What's all this I heard about you doing engineering? You're mad.
Mad? What's so mad about it? Anyway, haven't decided yet. Might do architecture.
But you'd have to keep studying for years.
So, be worth it in the end, and interesting. Maths and science are my best subjects. That's what it's all about. It's English and history that's the waste of time.
Yeah, well, I'm sick of all of it. I'm leaving school.
Get out of it.
It's true. I talked to Dad about it last night.
But he won't let you.
Well, it's nearly for sure. He knows I'm definitely not going on to uni.
I reckon that's off. Leaving school and going on the dole. That's bludgeoning.
Who said anything about going on the dole? I've got a job all lined up.
Oh, in a coffee shop, part-time. Big deal.
Well, you don't know anything about it. You and Dad should get along well. You're both at flame insane. You can have each other. I don't want to know.
Mum's not coping very well with the wedding.
Not more problems.
Oh, no problem. She just can't accept the fact that we're not going to be married by a minister. She thinks the whole thing's illegal.
She'll get used to it. Oh, I've been through most of these agents already. It's useless.
Come on, I need some fresh air and you need to change the scenery. Why don't we pack a picnic and go for a drive?
No, I'm not in the mood. Look, I'll try a few more of these agents. Will you go?
It's a bit depressing going on a picnic by yourself.
I'm sorry, Des. I know you're trying to cheer me up. Well, why don't you go and visit Joan?
That's a good idea. She might want to go for a picnic. See you later.
See ya.
Daphne Lawrence?
That's me.
We talked on the phone yesterday. I'm from Barclay and Parsons.
I'm sorry. I've spoken to so many people in the past few days.
I can imagine. Okay if I come in?
Oh, yeah, sure. I'm just about to make a cup of tea. Would you like one?
Sounds great.
I'm trying very hard not to ask why you're here. Well, I'm not game to think it's good news. I've had so many disappointments lately.
This is a nice place.
Yeah, it's been great. The guy who owns it's getting married, so naturally I have to move out.
Oh, just the two of you live here?
Well, until a little while ago, then another girl moved in.
Is this your bird?
My grandfather's, actually. We're minding it until he returns from whichever part of the world he's disappeared to.
You taking it with you?
Well, if I can. If not, I'm sure the Robinsons next door will look after him.
What about your job?
I work nights.
Oh, what do you do?
Stripping.
I've always wanted to know how they do that bit with the cake.
It's hollow in the middle with shaving cream on top.
Oh, at least it's not fattening. You must find it difficult to see your boyfriend, if he works during the day, that is.
That wasn't very subtle. If you want to know my private life, no, I don't have what you'd call a steady boyfriend. And apart from my grandfather, well, I don't have any family close to me. What is all this?
Can you give me names of people who'd give you a reference?
Well, sure. Father Barry.
Oh, I know Kevin.
Oh. Then there's Des Clarke. He owns the place. He's assistant manager at Pacific Bank. Jim Robinson next door.
Okay, that's fine. You sound like you're the person I'm looking for.